Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be kind of hopefully a quick one. I wanted to do my son in the background. I wanted to do my no foundation makeup routine. This is something that I'll do on days where I'm like, oh, I feel so like bleh, but I don't really want to put on like a full face of makeup. And so I kind of will just do this. I won't use any foundation, and I'll do pretty much everything. So I just wanted to get on and show you guys how I do this. And yeah, so if you guys would like to see me do a face of makeup without using foundation, then just keep on watching. So, tricks with doing no foundation. Now, you can do powders as foundation, like do very light and it'll still kind of give you the same effect. Normally what I do is on days that I do my no foundation, I usually like to make sure that my face isn't too tacky with my moisturizers and stuff, because the less powder or but for now, like, I just have powders, and so you have to be careful if your face is tacky in any way. You want to lay down a light amount of powder before you put on powder, because if not, it'll be choppy and can skip, and it just won't look as blended and smooth and fake, you know. So, my face is a little tacky today. And you can just use a translucent powder, and usually what I do is I don't even put it all over my face. I will just put it where I'm going to have powder. So what I like to do is, even though it's not completely translucent, I use the Maybelline Fit Me powder. I have the 05 Fair. Or I will use, where is it? My L'Oreal Hydra Perfect. I will use this one, but this one's just really strongly scented, and I don't like the smell of the scent. It reminds me of old people, and I don't like it. Alright, so you can do a primer if you want, if you've got enlarged pores or fine lines that you like smoothing out, or you just like having a primer down. You can do primer. It doesn't matter. I'm probably not going to worry about it today because I don't really feel like I need it. Sorry, I just realized my ring light wasn't on. Let me see. Haha, that's better. Now I don't look so orange. Sorry. So first, before I even lay down powder, we are going to conceal the eyes. I'm going to just use my Light Illusion Full Coverage Concealer by Flower Beauty. I think this is their lightest shade. I want them to really upgrade their shade range. But this works enough for now, and I absolutely love it. So, alright. And I love this concealer. It works great. And lately, my favorite way to buff out at least this concealer is using this brush. It's just kind of like a domed brush. Sorry, it's kind of dirty because I used it, but it's by the, I can't remember where I got it from, or who it's by. I think it's called The Crown, maybe? I actually got it in a BoxyCharm box a year or so ago, and I haven't really used it because I just wasn't sure, like, I wasn't sure like what to use it, stuff like that. So I thought one day I just used it on buffing out my concealer in my eye, and I freaking love it. So it was really cool to see, and it's just like quick, really quick. Boom. Yep. And then what I'll do is I will just put just a dot here and here, because we're going light. And then if I have anywhere else that I want to conceal, because this is the same color as my skin tone, I am just going to lightly spot conceal just so the skin looks a little bit more even. I just have some red dots. Like, I don't even have any really blemishes, I just have red dots. So, and I will just use that same brush and go underneath the eyes. I like using a sponge for this too, but lately I've just been figuring out like what works best with what product. And I like using a sponge for my other concealer, my other favorite one, Maybelline, the Instant Age Rewind one. But I feel like with the Flower Beauty one, it blends out really nice with a brush, this brush in particular. Oh my gosh, my son. If you guys can hear that, I apologize, he's going nuts. I mean, if you're not new, you already know most of the time my son is screaming in the background, but... Alright, it is all blended. Just see how it kind of just slightly just evened out the skin tone a bit. Okay, so to set the eyes, I have been trying this one out. I don't know if I like it. It's the Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder. And I like it, but like I've heard many people say, the scent is so strong. Like, I mean, it's not a... I prefer this scent over my L'Oreal one because it's just more flowery, and the other one just smells more like old lady perfume. I don't know. And so far this hasn't dried out my eyes, which is nice. So far I'm enjoying it. I've only used it a handful of times. But, you know, trial and error with everything, right? Alright, so I'm going to set the eyes really quick and then figure out what powder we're going to put on parts of the face. So I'm just taking my trusty little brush here, making sure there's no creases. Really the part in I'll lift the best bearing piece and then Alright, and then maybe since I want to test this out a little bit more, I am just going to take this big old brush, this floofy soft brush. I'm just going to use the Coty Airspun, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tap a little bit, not a lot, like literally just like I'm just taking like about that much. I'm going to swirl my brush into it, tap it, and just the areas that I'm going to put like bronzer and blush and maybe highlight, I am going to put this powder. I've got a hair, sorry. And so I'm just going to kind of lightly dust this here on the cheekbones and stuff. And this is translucent. No, what is this? This is Naturally Neutral. So I guess it does have a little bit of a sheen to it. But I'm taking the smallest amount because my face isn't too tacky, and if I put too much, it just looks, I don't know. I just don't like putting a lot of powder. My skin gets dry kind of easy. So I just, and then with no extra product, I just like to just dust it. So if there's anything left on the brush, it just kind of goes everywhere. Oh, my hair is crazy today. Alright, so that's that's that. So that's that step. It feels a lot more, less tacky, I guess. I'm gonna just take my L'Oreal True Match Lumi Bronzer, and I am going to just take my normal brush that I use it with, and I am going to just slightly a little bit of so let's just the face of Look, I've got a bobby pin in this hair. I'm sorry. Holy crap. Yeah. Alright, so now I'm going to take my other favorite bronzer. It's just the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. And this is the bronzer shade. I am just taking my slightly bigger fluffy brush and I just kind of just go right over where I was at. This one I take more all over the forehead because it's more of a bronze look than the other one. Crazy for hers today. Alright, see, and then it just looks super smooth and blended. It doesn't look really choppy, or it doesn't look choppy, not really. Not really, whatever. Never mind. Alright, and then blush. So what I like to do is like a more subtle blush on these days. So, alright, so I am using my Romantic Rose blush from Milani, just on my normal angled brush that I use, and I'm just gonna apply this to the cheeks. And I just want a light flush. I always end up putting a little bit more because I like blush, and it's usually the first thing to go, but I like just having just a light flush of it, just so you got a little bit of color. And, you know. Alright, so, and then what I'll do is I will just take that big old fluffy brush we had earlier and just slightly go over it, just to make sure it's blended, and if there's any extra powder on there. Oh, it just flipped some in my eye. It just makes it look even more blended. I have a scratch, sorry. Yeah, so, at this point, I can either just like leave it. Sometimes I won't even use, what is it called? Highlight? We're going to use in the Maybelline, the Master Bronze and Highlight Kit, we're going to use this lightest shade here, I think, because it's not a really extremely pow highlight. I just want something light. Oh, see, and that just makes it look so natural and like, oh my gosh, my son is such a crazy goon. And you always have to hit Cupid's bow, even on relaxed days, because I love that almost pouty look. You just get a sheen. That's just what I want. My nose is a little pow. I might just kind of rub some of that off, but So that is my, you can put some up here. That is kind of how I do my face, like the actual complexion part of my makeup on quick days when I don't want to put like full like foundation and all that, especially if I'm in a hurry and it's like I can just slap on. I mean, it took a little longer in this video just because I am talking with you guys and explaining how I do things, but when I'm just like going, I just like put a little powder, slap on some bronzer and blush, and then I just do whatever with my eyes, eyebrows, and highlight, and then I'm good to go. It takes me like 5 to 10 minutes, super quick, and you have this nice even base. Your skin looks healthy. You can still see your skin, but it's not crazy and like unbalanced, you know, red here, red there, and I love doing this. This is one of my favorite ways to do makeup. So I hope this video was kind of helpful, and I hope you guys maybe learned something or whatever. If you have, I guess, any questions, you can pop them in the comments below and I will answer what I can. I'm obviously not a professional, but just some tips and tricks that I've played around with, and watching one of my other favorite YouTubers who doesn't use foundation, Jay Kissa. She is awesome. You guys can always check out her channel and see. I know she has a video on how she does it and stuff like that. And so, yeah. So if you guys enjoyed this video, just hit that subscribe button if you would like, or at least give me a thumbs up. And thank you for watching, and I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you guys. Bye!